Hi, I'm your Teleguru Abhijit Joshi. In the previous lesson, we had learned how to create a company in TallyPrime. Then we learned how to select the company, and then we also learned how to alter the company information. You remember that we had created the company in a separate folder, in a different folder on the C drive, not on the default folder. So we created the company on C drive, and you can see that this folder called tally data was created, and in that we created the company, and it was in this folder by your name. So we will just double click it, and we find that a code is being generated. This is a 6 number code. So when we start tally, so we will start tally now by double clicking the icon of tally on the desktop, and we will specify this path. So we will type C colon backslash tally data backslash Abhijit. I'll press enter. Now you see that the same number is appearing here. So the name of the folder and the company code is same. So we will press enter, and the company will be selected. In this video lesson, we are going to learn how to create ledgers in TallyPrime. Then we are going to learn how to alter them. Then how to create units, how to create stock items and allocate the units to them. And finally, we will learn how to enter a purchase voucher. In the last video lesson, we introduced you to something called the masters. Masters are comparatively unchangeable data. You can create masters, you can alter master. So when you go in create and press enter, we get a list. Here we find ledger, then we find units and stock items. So we will learn how to create a ledger. So we'll press enter. The name of the ledger is Lalu Milk Mart. So we have typed the name here. We'll press enter. You find there is something called alias. Alias is a pet name. So I can call this as LMM, Lalu Milk Mart. Something like a code. I'll press enter. I can have one more alias. I don't need it. So I'll press enter. Now you have to specify this ledger falls under which group. There are 28 pre-created groups in Tally. Here you can see a list of around 34, but these are, some of them are aliases. For example, here you can see income indirect. You can see here income indirect. There is one more ledger which is indirect income. So here you find indirect income. So this indirect income and income indirect are aliases, set two names to the same thing. So in totality there are 28 predefined groups. We know that the complete building of accounts is standing on 4 pillars. The 4 pillars are asset, liability, income and expense. So ultimately all these groups at the lowest level fall under one of the pillars. The income expenses, the purchase and sales, they will affect our profit and loss account. The assets and liabilities will affect our balance sheet. So here Lalu Milk Mart is our supplier, and supplier means sundry creditor. So we will type SUN. We'll press escape once. Sorry. We'll press SUN. So you get a list of here. So I will select one of them, that is sundry creditor. Enter. All our suppliers are called sundry creditors. When I press enter, this option will be asked maintain balances bill by bill. We have discussed in the previous lesson about this. So we will keep this yes, and we will simply accept the ledger. So this way we have created the ledger of Lalu Milk Mart. We will create one more ledger to record our purchases. That will be our purchase account. This is a special type of account. We will select PUR in the group. So every purchase account, I may have multiple purchases. So purchase account will be grouped under purchase accounts. Then I will go and accept this. So now I have created the ledger. I'll give escape, escape. Now it was not Lalu Milk Mart, it was Lalu Milk Center. Then how do I alter this? For this, in Gateway of Tally, I will go in alter. I'll press enter. Then I will select ledger because I want to alter the ledger. And then I will select Lalu Milk Mart. I'll press enter. I'll come to the end and then I'll press backspace, 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 backspace and change it to Lalu Milk Center. Now I'll press enter. So my alias also changes. I'll make it LMC, Lalu Milk Center. I'll keep the group same. I could have changed the group if needed, but my group is correct, so I will go forward and accept the changes. I'll press escape now. Again escape to come back to Gateway of Tally. I will create now. I'll create units this time. I'll go here and I will select units. A unit of measure, also known as a unit of measurement, is a standard quantity used to express the magnitude of physical property. Say for example, length. Length is counted in meter, foot, inch, etc. Mass, which is counted in gram, kilogram, pound, etc. Volume, which is counted in liter, gallon, cubic meters and so on. Time, which is counted in second, minute, hours, days, months, year. Temperature, which may be counted as Celsius or Fahrenheit or Kelvin. Area, which may be square meter, square foot, acre and so on. Speed, which may be meters per second, miles per second, kilometers per second and so on. In this form, you can see two fields. One is symbol and other is formal name. Symbol of K can be given to kilograms. So the symbol will be K and the formal name will be kilograms. L for liters, M for meters and N for numbers. To measure the mass, we use the unit kilograms. By using this unit, we can measure stock items like sugar, wheat, rice, dal, etc. To measure volume, we can use the unit liter. This can be used to count the liters of diesel, petrol, oil or milk. To measure the length, we will use meters. The example will be cloth, wire, cables, etc. Many a times a unit can be used for a physical count. For example, soap. Soap may be 200 grams, it may be 150 grams, but a soap is a soap. So we count soaps, number of cakes of soaps in numbers. Let's say half a liter of sunflower oil is in a bottle. So again, bottles are counted in numbers, not totality in liters. So a unit called B, bottle, N, number, P, pieces can be used to count individual numbers. The next field in this form is number of decimal places. Here we can give the number of zeros after the decimal place and use one unit to quantify a bigger mass and with it a smaller mass. Let's take some examples. We give 3 units to the symbol K, which is kilograms. By doing so, we can count as 1 kg and 5 grams, or we can say 1 kg and 50 grams, or 1.5 kilo, that is 1 kg and 500 grams. Similarly, L for liters, we can count as 1 liter and 5 ml, that is milliliter, 1 liter and 50 ml, and 1.5 liter, that is 1 liter and 500 milliliters. In case of meters, we may have centimeters, where 1.05 is 1 meter and 5 centimeters, whereas 1.50 is 1.5 meters. But for units like numbers, we do not need any decimal place. For example, I'm not going to sell half a cake or half a bottle. I can't break the bottle into two. So numbers may be given a decimal place of 0. So now if the symbol will give K, here we'll type kilograms, and here we will give decimal places as 3. We will accept this form, then we will create L for liters. Here also we will give decimal place as 3. We will accept this, then we will give M for meters, and then here decimal place we will give 2, and then we will create N as numbers. We need not give a formal name. We can leave this blank. We will keep decimal place 0 and accept this. Now we will press escape. Escape. We have created the units. Now we'll create stock items. We are still in gateway of tally create. We'll select stock items. Now we'll type the name of stock item. For example, here we will type milk. We'll press enter. We do not want to give any alias. We'll press enter. We can group stock items. While creating ledgers, we grouped them under predefined groups of tally, but they were predefined as per accounting norms. But here, the groups may change according to the business. For example, if I have a shop in which I keep refrigerators, air conditioners and televisions, so I may have various brands of my televisions which are grouped under the group television, similarly fridge and AC. So I will have 3 groups: televisions, air conditioners and refrigerators. And so under this we will have various brands of televisions, refrigerators and air conditioners. So here we will keep primary and go forward. We are not learning this in this video. So we'll press enter. Now milk we will be measuring in liters. It is very important to allocate a unit to a stock item. If you don't do that, you simply press enter. That is not applicable. The stock item will get created, but you will not be able to measure it. So if you want to measure a particular stock item, you have to allocate a unit to it. So here we will allocate the unit liter to the stock item milk. We'll go forward and accept this. Similarly, we may create a stock item called sugar and allocate kgs to it and accept. So this is how we create the stock items. Now we'll press escape and come back to gateway of tally. Now we will be passing a voucher. So I'll go in voucher entry. Here by default the payment voucher appears. I can do a payment doing this voucher. So on the right side there are buttons. If you notice here, every button is followed by a function key. So by pressing F9, I will be passing a purchase voucher. So when I click on this or I press F9, you can see a purchase voucher has appeared. Similarly is F8 sales, F5 payment, F6 receipt, F4 contra, F7 journal, and there is also debit note and credit note, which are a bit hidden. Here, besides the payment, you can see a small button. I can click on it and then I get debit note. Similarly, when I click on this button, I get the credit note. So, debit note and credit note are hidden here. The best way of searching a voucher is using the F10. Here in F10, there is something called other vouchers. So I click on this or press F10 on the keyboard. I get all the vouchers, whether it is sales, purchase, receipt. I can take credit note, debit note. We will select purchase. I could have pressed F9 purchase also. Here we can enter the supplier's bill number. The supplier might have given us the bill number. So we will type the supplier's bill number here. Let us say that Lalu Milk Center has given us an invoice. He has sold goods to us and he has given us an invoice. The invoice number is LS-00009 oblique 2425. So we will type his invoice number here, the date on which he has given us the invoice. The invoice is dated on 1st April. The party, we will select the party here, Lalo Milk Center, and press enter. Then we will keep on pressing enter to accept the receipt details. Similarly, we will keep on pressing enter to accept the party details. Now here we will select the ledger purchase account. We will press enter. So here the purchase account will be debited and Lalo Milk Center will be credited. See, Tally does not ask you which ledger to debit and which ledger to credit. Automatically Tally will do it for us. We need not post the ledgers here. The posting will be automatically done. I repeat, Lalo Milk Center's account will be credited and purchase account will be debited. Now we can select the stock item. My stock item is M, so I can directly type M or I can press the space bar. I will get a list of stock item. I'll select milk and press enter. We have purchased 100 liters of milk, so I'll type the quantity 100. I press enter. Here it asks me rate. I have purchased it at 40 rupees per liter. So here you can see L and L is automatically appearing. I'll press enter here. The amount is automatically calculated for me, which is 4000. I press enter. Now here Tally is again asking for a stock item. I can have multiple stock items in my purchase. So I'll press enter to leave it blank since I have purchased only one stock item. Then here again it will ask for additional costs like freight charge, hamali, packing and forwarding, maybe even taxes like GST. So we do not have anything like that, so we will directly press enter. Then it will fall here, because after this bill wise details form will be asked. Let's go and press enter and understand this. Here it is asking me bill wise details for Lalo Milk Center. Now here automatically new reference appears because we have received a fresh invoice from Lalo Milk Center. So we select new reference. We'll press enter. The bill number automatically appears. Remember, we had typed supplier's invoice number in the beginning, which automatically becomes a reference for payment. Now when I press enter, I go on with enter, enter. This is 4000 credit. I press enter. Then my main form appears. I press enter at narration. I want to leave it blank and I will accept this voucher by pressing enter. The moment I accept the voucher, I come to know this number has changed to 2. That means my voucher number 1 has been accepted. This is all we have done in the second session of our course. Thank you.